Alright, everybody. Try this again. This is Craig from 9V Games, and today I'm going to be doing the fourth row, which you can see is in a little disarray right now. I had to re-record it because of some now I'm speaking disabilities. Technical, whatever. My camera batteries died, okay? So, now I'm going to redo this. That's why it looks like this and it's not upright like it should be. So I'm going to try and rush through the games really quick. Oh, quick promo spot right here. This is the 9V Games t-shirt. If you follow me on Facebook or Twitter or blah blah, you've already seen it. We will be selling them soon for hopefully $10 a pop to $15 a pop. Alright, anyways. On to the games. What was I doing? The rest of my Wii games. Start off with this disgusting generic case, which is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I believe if you look it up, it is the best-selling fighting game of all time. Understandably so, it's on the Nintendo Wii, that's why. It's uncomfortable holding these up. Whose idea was this? Mine. Super Mario Galaxy 2. The thing that was great about Super Mario Galaxy 2 was just about everything. Is definitely, I think, personally, it's the best Mario game ever made. It's too bad it went up against Red Dead Redemption last year, otherwise it would have got my Game of the Year automatically. Super Mario Bros. Wii tried to capitalize on the success of the side-scrolling Marios. The only thing that made this distinguishable against the other ones is that it's 4 players. I think 4 players is kind of meh. 2 players is definitely where it's at. Requires a lot of teamwork, much like Donkey Kong. Could potentially start fights with you and your significant other, spouse. Sonic Colors. I won't say the best Sonic game to date, but definitely in the last 10 years, the best Sonic game, hands down. Every time I say hands down on camera, it sounds like I'm saying pants down, and I'm not. You know, it combines the 2D and 3D elements. The 2D elements, obviously, is what everybody wants to go back to, so it's kind of like taking that step backwards, and that's what makes it great. The 3D elements don't present as many problems as the other ones, so it's on its way. I think Sonic Generations will be an awesome game. Silent Hill Shattered Memories, an awesome, awesome game. Awesome reimagining of the first game, actually. Really has bare minimum to do with the first game story-wise, but on the cover it even says winner of E3 Choice Awards from, never mind, from IGN. Who cares about IGN? But did get one from GameSpot, and I do respect GameSpot tremendously, except for the whole Metacritic deal. But wow, I'm on a roll. I have to re-record this one too. Pikmin. Pikmin, I donated my Gamecube version to the hospital my aunt works at for the children there, and glad I did, wish I didn't. I might go back and get another Gamecube one, because the Pikmin for the Wii is good. It's the same game, it just adds that play control. I don't like it at all. I think it's better with a Gamecube controller. No More Heroes 2, severely ignored game. No More Heroes 2 is an awesome, awesome game. I can't stress enough that people go get No More Heroes. I don't know where my No More Heroes 1 is. If you're going to start playing this at all, please play No More Heroes 1, 2. And if you're getting a PS3, if you have a PS3, get No More Heroes Paradise. No More Heroes. Travis Touchdown is the best character to come out this entire generation. Hell, I think even Dan would agree with me on that one. We both enjoyed the game thoroughly. He's hilarious. The whole game is hilarious. Suda51 makes awesome games. Speaking of, another game that's going in my 360 collection is Shadows of the Damned. I did pick that up yesterday. It's from the masterminds behind Resident Evil, Suda51, and the music is made by Akira. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. I can't pronounce his last name. He created all the music at Silent Hill. Anyways. Monster Hunter Try. Dan bought this for me last Christmas. I actually did a written review. This is the video game equivalent of crack. I can see why Japanese people love it so much. It's insane. It is insane, the scale of the game. And online, obviously, is where it's at. This is a big grind and reward game. I really wish there was more time in a day. In fact, I wish I knew Doc Brown. He could Hook me up with the time machine, go back and play mine. I wasn't going anywhere with that. I was going to make a joke. Whatever. Anyways, here's a joke. Metroid Prime. Yeah, I mean, Metroid Other M. Metroid Other M was a good game. This is where I learned the lesson of don't review a game until you complete it, because I gave this game a good review. I was more than halfway through the game, and it was great. This game's unfinished. You cannot finish it, and they cannot patch it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. You're going to waste your time. Manhunt 2, everybody knows the stigma that came with Manhunt 2. It was going to get the adults-only rating. Nintendo said no adult-only games on ours. Microsoft said it. PlayStation said it. So if you want the adult-only version, you have to get it on PC. The Wii version is just as good, especially if you know ways around it. Michael Jackson Experience. My mother-in-law got this for me. You want to know why? Because I love Michael Jackson. And you know what? Michael Jackson didn't touch anybody. If anything, he touched my heart with this game. Okay? Michael Jackson's the man. Okay? I should post videos of me making an asshole of myself in this game. I do a pretty good job of it. 5-star that Billie Jean and Thriller. What? Okay. Capcom versus Tatsunoko, or Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I wasn't really excited for this game. Dan actually imported it from Japan and played it on his totally legal Japanese Wii. I really didn't like it. He let me borrow it, the Japanese one, when he got the American one, and I actually did like it, and I went out and bought it. It was a nice prelude to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so they're interchangeable. If you're good at one, you will catch on to the other. I can't say if you're good at one, you'll be good at the other. It's not necessarily true. But it's a good game with a new cast that most American people are unfamiliar with. Okay. Alright, and on to the Gamecube games, I believe. Alright. I have a Gamecube game buried in here. So I'll start with that. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sonic Adventure 2 was one of my favorite Sonic games ever made. It actually was reviewed really well, but it was at the death, the little end death cycle of the Dreamcast. So that's why I believe that's why they re-released it on the GameCube. Star Wars Rogue Leader was a launch title. I just grabbed it in the weekend grab for charity. I grabbed another copy for myself. This was a fantastic game. I can still play it to this day. It still looks good. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you've already played it. I don't even need to tell you. Oh, I hate that noise. This is a generic case Zelda collector's edition. I'm gonna hide that because I don't like generic cases, but it's the Zelda collector's edition that it came with. Legend of Zelda, the original one, it came with Link's Adventure, which is Zelda 2. What else did it come with? Oh yeah, Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, and Majora's Mask. It should have came with Link to the Past, but they wanted you to buy Link to the Past on Game Boy Advance. They also wanted you to buy the Four Swords Adventure, which you should have. It was pretty good. I mean, it's a Zelda. It's got every Zelda game except Link to the Past. I mean, at that time, they had a preview for Wind Waker, which they wanted you to buy also. Wind Waker, everybody remembers this shitstorm. I can remember it at my friend Fabian's house back when I was in high school when they started showing this off and people were complaining that Link was oh my god, cel-shaded. People were all upset, all getting upset about it. I'm not going to buy this, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Wind Waker turned out to be a fantastic game. Go ahead and disagree with me, because you can't. Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness was a great game. Am I doing games? Alright, no, good. Eternal Darkness was a great game. Alright, Eternal Darkness, it messed with the player as you played. You had a sanity bar. It would do things like it would tell you had a game over, but you didn't really die. It would tell you that, your saves are being wiped, everything. Silicon Knights should have made a sequel to this instead of going to make... Alright, Noob's going to get really mad right now. Silicon Knights, please, go back and make Eternal Darkness 2, and do not make Human 2. Sorry, Dave. He's going to punch me in the face when he sees this. Baten Kaitos. Baten Kaitos was an amazing RPG. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I could have been pronouncing it wrong for the last almost decade. Baten Kaitos is an amazing RPG. It's a card-based battle system. It actually is. It looks like a card version of Legends of Legaia. If you ever played Legend of Legaia, you basically pick a card that represents your attack, or you pick a card that represents an item. But it's all based on roll of the 7 cards you're going to get out of your deck. I'm a huge advocate for this game. I really wish they continued it after the prequel, because they put a prequel out, which is what Dan bought, and I'm glad he bought it. I would have made him buy it. This was a fantastic game. The first one's better, so if you ever get a chance to go back and play anything on the GameCube besides Tales of Symphonia, which for some reason is not up here, this was the best RPG on it. Yeah, that's all I can say for that. Earlier up here on my regular Xbox games, I defended my reasoning for having a Tiger Woods game, and I said that there's a better golf game out there, and that is Mario Golf Toadstool Tour on the GameCube. Mario Golf is the most fantastic golf game ever made. It's fun. It's awesome to play. It's better to play as these fantasy characters in these types of games, you know. Killer 7. Once again, obviously you can tell by my collection, I do like Suda51. I think Suda51's games are great. Killer 7's an awesome third-person to first-person shooter. The only bad thing is that it's on rails, sort of. You don't go where it wants you to go. You go on preset paths. And you collect blood and use it as money. Let's see. Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion, the launch title. I absolutely love this game. I can't wait for Luigi's Mansion 2. I believe everybody who has a GameCube played Luigi's Mansion, so I don't really need to say much about it. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. I was lucky. I got this game for $20. I believe it's worth more than that now. Twin Snakes is the best way that you can play Metal Gear Solid, and as of right now, it's the only tolerable way graphics-wise. Or if you have an HD TV, I don't even think you can put it in your PS2 with HD cables and play it. So, Twin Snakes, remade on the, I believe it's Metal Gear Solid 2 engine. Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime is a great game, way better than the other M, that's for sure. It was truly amazing when it came out, because it was so long without a Metroid, and out of the 3 Primes, I still believe that this one was the best. It also comes with the regular Metroid on it, which is also a nice addition. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Everybody loves Mario RPG. And then people loved Super Paper Mario. No, Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario was on Wii. Paper Mario. And here's, I will say this. I really don't believe that Square Enix and, well, Squaresoft at that time, and Nintendo are going to come together and make Super Mario RPG 2. I'm sorry. I really don't think it's going to happen. If you're looking for that experience, it's right here. You got to play it. If you ignored this game, I'm sorry. You do need to go back and play it. It's an awesome RPG. Look, bestseller. The Resident Evil remake for GameCube. It was truly amazing. Once again, on the remake thing, this is the best way to play Resident Evil 1. It also comes with a couple alternative storylines, and the graphics are amazing still. I mean, if you go watch it now, the graphics are still amazing. And I'm not much to judge a game on graphics, but obviously if you have 2 choices, play this one. Plus, if you haven't played it, something happens with the zombies after them being dead for about 6 hours in the mansion. That's truly horrifying. And then Resident Evil 4, as many of you may know or may not know, Resident Evil 4 originally came out on the GameCube, and then was ported up to the PS2, and some crazy mess between Capcom and Nintendo, because all the Resident Evils at that point were supposed to be exclusive to Nintendo. Now, this was also ported up to the Wii, and is going to be ported up in HD to the PlayStation Network and the Xbox 360. That's how good this game is. Besides Xbox, everything up, there has been a version. Even PC has had a version of this game. So it's just a testament. Alright, on to PlayStation 2 games. These are severely out of oh my god. Can we do this? Yes, we can. Dawn of Mana, I can't say anything about it. I haven't played it. It's in a generic case. I think I just got a gift card and I just ordered some games willy-nilly. Dawn of Mana was one of them. I liked Secret of Mana. I know this is not like Secret of Mana. I'm aware of that. That's probably why I haven't played it. I don't want to ruin my perception. Frequency, which is the godfather of all the music games. Alright, people are going to say something about some Konami game. No. This was Harmonix. This was the godfather of the Harmonix games. How's that? All the way up into Rock Band, Guitar Hero, blah, blah, blah. And you do it all on a controller, which is what made it better. On that note, I'll also do, which is generic case again. I'm sorry, I need to get cases. I need to get on eBay and order in these. Amplitude. Amplitude was the sequel to Frequency. Had a much better music selection, I believe. And instead of going in a circle, it had the flat tracks, which is what now on Guitar Hero, when you have the track coming down, you actually had to bounce through 5 of them, I believe. Rhythm, lead, drums, bass, vocal. Yeah. So, it's pretty intense. And I dare you to do expert levels with just the 3 face buttons and not the shoulders. Champions Return to Arms. I'm going to tell you right now that if any of you guys out there watching this own this game and still play it online, I will play it with you. Please leave a message for me in the comments. Man, I'm such an advocate for this game. I think this is one of the best dungeon crawlers ever made. I definitely will play it. The Bouncer. I'm afraid to go back and play this game because of nostalgia attached to it with me. As much, like I said before, as much as I'm not about graphics making the game, graphics do make this game because this game is essentially a movie that you play through with the occasional Double Dragon style engines. You can play it multiplayer, that's the cool part. Out of all the Squaresoft games ever made, I think that Bouncer has the best story. I enjoyed the story the most. I wouldn't even mind seeing the Bouncer made into a movie. Yeah, quote me on that. Activision Anthology. I just bought this because when I bought this, I had traded in my Atari. I did have an Atari 2600 at the time, and I believe I sold it to a pawn shop. Probably, I don't know, I was a bachelor at the time, whatever. Alright. And here's a prize part of the collection. Devil May Cry 1. 1, 2, and 3 special edition. I did have regular 3. I bought 3 the day it came out. I was living with my friend Sean at the time. And then they announced special edition. Out of all these games, this Devil May Cry 2 is the worst. It wasn't Dante. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. Devil May Cry 1 had the best story, and it definitely had the wow factor. Devil May Cry is the best Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 3 is the best Devil May Cry that's ever come out. You might as well get the special edition. It had the best cast of characters. It had the best weaponry. It had like the best battle system, basically. I think the battle system in 3, yeah, the overall package, 3 is the best. I don't know why you wouldn't buy all 3. Pre-E3 rumor was that there is an HD remake coming of 1, 2, and 3, which hopefully proves to be true, because I'll buy them again. I'll buy them. They can make them for the rest of my life. I'll buy them. That's how much I love Devil May Cry. Final Fantasy X. I think, like I said in one of my previous videos, Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite story of the Final Fantasies, and then like the overall, like with Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy X was the best. And I'm gonna be honest, I used to love my RPGs with just the text, and sometimes I wish they would just go back to having text based. I think the voices brought you closer to the character, honestly. Katamari Damacy. I can thank Justin, actually, because I would have never played these games if it wasn't for Justin, and I do love Katamari. Yeah, I do. Katamari games, I would say they're underrated, but they've sold like crazy. They're awesome games, and I actually need to get Katamari Forever for the PS3. It's hard to describe if you've never played one. It won't sound appealing. You just are a little prince and you roll up things starting from the size of a paperclip up to rolling up the universe. It sounds dumb. It's extremely addicting. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. I love the show. That's why I bought it. I also love Capcom, and I like Ace Attorney, and that's all this is Ace Attorney and Harvey Birdman smashed together. It's hilarious. There's a lot of Street Fighter references in it. I actually believe Peanut steals Ryu from Street Fighter's ID, which was funny. and he uses it to get in clubs and such. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus. As far as I know, this is the latest edition of the game you can get, and I've always done that. I've taken my Guilty Gear and I've traded it up to get the next one, and this was, I really believe this was the last one that came out in America. I do love Guilty Gear. I like Cliff. I like Chip. And I like Justice. I like Soul Bad Guy. I like the whole cast. I think it's great, and I can't wait until they do a proper Guilty Gear 2, which I believe they said will be Guilty Gear 3. I would really love to see Guilty Gear versus BlazBlue, since they're intercompany. They really don't have to pay for any royalties or anything. Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 I absolutely fucking hated. I just even swore that I wouldn't swear in this one. I didn't like Final Fantasy 12 until I played 13. Made me really appreciate 12, and I do like 12 now. If 12 was not named Final Fantasy, and it was named something completely different, I would have absolutely loved the game. It just didn't feel like Final Fantasy. And then 13 was so far out there that it pulled 12 into the Final Fantasy. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. This is the only other one I own for PS2 because the other ones are kind of throwaway. I do love Dragon Ball Z. I kept Budokai just because of the sentimental value it held towards me, because I love Dragon Ball Z. I loved it when I was a kid. I could still watch it now. Hopefully my kids will want to watch it. And this was the first one that looked exactly like the show, so it had the wow factor. Eternal Poison. Dan bought Eternal Poison for me for Christmas 2 years ago. It is pretty much a Disgaea, except it's from Atlas. It's exactly like a Disgaea. It just doesn't have the humor. It actually has a lot of serious and dark undertones to it. Eternal Poison is fun. If you do want to go back and play it and you're a fan of this Disgaea type games, you should shut off the battle videos, the battle FMVs, because it takes up way too much time and the loading is insane. But if you shut them off, the game plays out smoothly. Definitely, I prefer this over Disgaea. I don't know. I prefer this game-wise to Disgaea. Story-wise, I prefer Disgaea. How's that? And I don't have Disgaea anymore, Disgaea 1 and 2 for the PS2, because I have them for my PSP, so I didn't feel the need to keep them. Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, I can't recommend you to go back to that, because it was caca. I could recommend it, but the other Breath of Fires is just so much better. You go back and play those if you're going to go back and play it. Because this is 2D, and 2D kind of hold their image, and 3D, this one's kind of... and then Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I loved Kingdom Hearts 1. I didn't really know how to explain it. I had my dad buy it for me for my birthday the year that it came out. I believe actually it came out a week before my birthday. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 I didn't really get into that much. So I felt like I'd grown out of the series. I know that doesn't sound right, but I passed over it. I don't know why. Oh well. Alright, I'm going to go on to the next row. Sorry if there was any doubles that I had already done in here. It's just because I have such a mess everywhere. And hopefully see you tomorrow for this row. You can't see it because it's in the way. Alright, thank you guys for watching.